Good evening and welcome to Primetime News on TV1. I'm Jamal Ratnayaka for the Newsfirst team, coming to you live and direct from the Echelon Square right here in Colombo. Now, Newsfirst has always been a pioneer in bringing you the latest technologies and latest innovations. So today we will be doing a live simulcast where I'm joined by our co-anchor Rakna Farooq from the Braybrook Place head office in Colombo. Rakna, are you receiving me?
A very good evening to all our viewers. I am live and direct from the Sirsa Christmas Zone here at Braybrook Street, Colombo 2. Now, if you are in the vicinity, do try and drop by because Newsfirst has lined up a whole lot of Christmas festive activities just for you. And let me tell you, the ambience alone here is absolutely mesmerizing and absolutely Christmassy. So if you're in the vicinity, do try and drop by. And on that note, we shall take a look at our headlines for tonight.
Fuel prices further reduced. Vote on account for 4 months approved. JVP votes against the vote on account. Signs on Speaker's decision on Mahinda Rajapaksa's appointment as the opposition leader being delayed. UNP Central Working Committee approved formation of the Democratic National Front. Sirsa Christmas Zone begins.
The Sirsa Christmas Zone opened today with the message of spreading joy and peace this season. The Sirsa Christmas Zone is being held for the 4th consecutive year and will be opened for the general public till Sunday.
We very warmly welcome His Eminence Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit, the Archbishop of Colombo, to the Sirsa Christmas. Currently, baby Jesus is being placed at the crib by His Eminence Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit for the Sirsa Christmas Zone, and His Eminence is accompanied by Group Director of Electronic Media Business, Nidra Veera Singha.
පරිපාලන ලේකම් ගරු දෙලිටන් සුබසිංහ පියතුමන්ට කොළඹ අගරාධිකරු පදවියේ ජනසන්නිවේදන අධ්‍යක්ෂ අපි ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කරනවා එඩ්මන්ඩ් තිලකරත්න පියතුමන්ට සීමාස කැපිටල් මහරජා සංවිධානයට පත් වූ අපේ සමූහ අධ්‍යක්ෂ අනිල් චන්ද්‍රසිරි සිල්වා මැතිතුමන්ට ඉතාමත් ආදරෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කරනවා ඒකම MTV MBC ප්‍රතිතුමන්ගේ ආශිර්වාදය ලබාගෙන දේව මාතා ප්‍රතිමාව ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට වැඩම කිරීමේ
right outside the Sirsa Christmas Zone here at the Capital Maharaja organization at Braybrook Street, and as you can see, the crowds are gathering to enjoy for the 4th consecutive year the variety of activities lined up for you. There are stalls, there are fun games and prizes. Beautiful decorations, and to top it all off, a snow city. The Sirsa Christmas Zone will be here till the 23rd of December. So bring your family and head on down and don't miss out this festive season. I'm Michaela Fernando, it's back to the news.
At a meeting chaired by the President, it has been decided to expedite the investigations on the central bank treasury bond scam.
It was decided to make all necessary arrangements to file cases on the matter inside a specific time window. It was also decided to commence a forensic audit on the bond scam without further delay. In addition, every month a review meeting is to take place on the matter chaired by the President. At the meeting, it was revealed when laws related to the case were amended, obstructions were made to the respective parliamentary committee. Another revelation at the meeting was despite the Sri Lanka government informing the government of Singapore on the need to arrest former central bank governor Arjuna Mahendran, the Singapore government is yet to take concrete steps on the matter.
It is me, Tarusha Kumar Singh, joining you from the main Newsfirst studios at Baybrook Place, Colombo. Now, several non-cabinet ministers, state ministers and deputy ministers were appointed by President Maithripala Sirisena. Today, Dr. Harsha De Silva has been appointed as the non-cabinet minister of public distribution and economic reforms. Ajit P. Pereira has been appointed as the non-cabinet minister of digital infrastructure and information technology. Sujiva Sena Singha has been appointed as the non-cabinet minister of science, technology and research. Now, as state ministers, Ranjan Ramanayaka has been appointed as the state minister of highways and road development. Vijayakala Maheswaran has been appointed as the state minister of education. J.C. Aluwatuala was appointed as the state minister of internal and home affairs and provincial councils and local government. Eran Vikramaratne has been appointed as the state minister of finance. Ranjit Aluwihare has been appointed as the State Minister of Tourism and Development. Vasant Aluwihare has been appointed as the State Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Rural Economic Affairs. Lucky Jayawardena was appointed as the State Minister of City Planning and Water Supply. Niroshan Pereira has been appointed as the State Minister of National Policies and Economic Affairs. Ruwan Wijewardena has been appointed as the State Minister of Defence. Champika Premadasa has been appointed as the State Minister of Power and Renewable Energy. Ashok Abe Singha has been appointed as the State Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation. Faisal Qasim has been appointed as the State Minister of Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine. H.M. Harries has been appointed as the State Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Government. Amar Ali has been appointed as the Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Rural Economic Development. Dilip Vedarachi has been appointed as the State Minister of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. A. Izadem Zaid has been appointed as the State Minister of Social Empowerment. Vadivel Suresh has been appointed as the State Minister of Plantation Industries. Anoma Gamage has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Petroleum Resources Development. Edward Gunasekara has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Land and Parliamentary Reforms. Nalin Bandara Jayamaha has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade. Ajit Manam Peruma has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Environment. Karunaratna Parnavitana has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Skills Development and Vocational Training. Buddhika Patirana has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce. And finally, Palitha Kumara Tevara Peruma has been appointed as the Deputy Minister of Social Empowerment. It's back to you, Ragna.
Thank you, Tarusha, for the comprehensive update. You're watching Primetime News. We shall be back after a quick commercial break.
Welcome back to the news. In more local stories now, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has announced that prices of petrol and diesel will be reduced with effect from midnight today.
A litre of 92-octane petrol will be reduced by 10 rupees to 125 rupees. A litre of 95-octane petrol has been reduced by 10 rupees. A litre of Lanka auto diesel has been reduced by 5 rupees and is now priced at 101 rupees. And a litre of super diesel has been reduced by 10 rupees and is now priced at 121 rupees.
If the prices of dal increases in the local market when world market prices increase, and if the local price of sugar reduces when the world market prices reduce, what is wrong in following the same methodology for fuel prices? You have been in the post of finance minister thrice. During your tenure, didn't we provide relief? We did, and this relief was provided because of the fuel price formula.
There were several instances where fuel prices could have been reduced. Prior to my decision to reduce fuel prices, at one point prices stood at nearly $27, $28 and $29. Didn't prices reduce to $28 US? Either way, prices were low at some point. However, local prices were not reduced, but the VAT component was reduced. These were steps taken by the UPFA to provide relief to the people.
Can Mahinda Rajapaksa continue in the post of leader of the opposition. The Speaker previously stated that he will present his views on the matter. The Speaker in Parliament today requested for more time.
On the 18th of December, Leader of the House Lakshman Kiriyalla and MP Sumandiran presented to Parliament matters pertaining to the post of opposition leader. Even though I was to express my opinion in this regard, due to the written request by a group of MPs to appoint a special working committee and the letter sent by the General Secretary of the UPFA, MP Mahinda Amaraveera, regarding this matter, and another letter presented in Parliament today by MP Sumandiran regarding this matter, I will consider all these facts and express my opinion to the Council in the near future.
The vote on account was presented in Parliament today by Finance Minister Mangala Samaraveera. While expressing his views regarding the vote on account, discussions with the opposition led to heated argument in several instances.
If the vote on account was not passed in Parliament today, as stated several weeks ago, from the 1st of January next year, our country would have faced a major economic crisis.
Statements to mislead this council has now been made twice. When President Maithripala Sirisena dissolved Parliament, he was empowered to authorize funds for expenses for the first 3 months of 2019.
That's not allowed. That's not allowed.
You are a part of this conspiracy. That afternoon, while at the lunchroom, you asked me to join your party. I thought to myself, as usual, you were daydreaming. However, that evening, everything changed. We heard that you were at Shangri-La when you received a call requesting you to come to be appointed as the Prime Minister. Even your wife was not aware of this. Speaking of the Gamperaliya program, we provided 200 million rupees per seat during the last 5 months. MP Mahinda Amaraveera received these funds for every division in the Hambantota district. I have learned that certain parliamentarians have used these funds for other purposes.
කටයුතු කරනවා නමුත් මට කනගාටු හිතුනේ ගරු ඊනියා මුදල් ඇමතුමනි ගරු බොරු මුදල් ඇමතුමනි මම මේ විහිළුවක් කරේ මෙච්චර කළාත් ඔබතුමා මුදල් ඇමති වෙලා ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කරලා තියෙන්නේ කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකාවක් දාලා ගම්පෙරළිය නවත්තලා තියෙනවා.
However, what saddened me the most was the decision taken by our fake finance minister to suspend the Gamperaliya project through a cabinet paper. This was the first step taken even before he was appointed as the finance minister. However, the Gamperaliya project will resume now, and funding per seat will be increased to 300 million rupees from the 1st of January 2019.
There was no conspiracy. However, you all must remember not to be too confident over your current seats in the ruling party, because the opposition will rise against any action against the people's mandate. Let's meet someday. I will inform you of such incidents beforehand, similar to our lunchroom meeting the other day. When we took over the government, the business industry was in a critical condition. We lost a large number of jobs because of this. You must accept this. It was under these conditions that we took over the government. But you all did not allow us to continue. You all have imposed taxes on everything. You all tried to load the treasury by burdening the people. Therefore, do not follow the exact instructions of the IMF. The time has come to make decisions from a people's perspective.
The vote on account to cover the expenditures for the first 4 months of 2019 was passed in Parliament today. 102 votes were cast in favour, while 6 votes were cast against it. Our Newsfirst correspondent said the UPFA MPs in the opposition were not present at the parliamentary complex when the vote was being held, and the TNA cast their vote in favour of the account. Now, according to that, the government's expenditure for this period would be 1,765 billion rupees, and 970 billion rupees would be allocated from it for debt servicing. 970 billion rupees of that is dedicated to debt installment and interests.
Ranil Wickremesinghe is planning on carrying forward the government next year by saying that they developed the country and it collapsed during this 50-day period.
That's the record they are planning on playing during the next year. According to what we know, the rupee had been depreciating since before this conspiracy. We can see the same administration that the UNP was carrying out being continued through this vote on account. If it was only the payment of salaries of employees, we wouldn't have been against this. But we can see that they are planning on covering up their areas in the guise of this. Therefore, we cannot support this. Corruption can happen on the side of the UNP or the other side. Nobody can sugarcoat this. Ajit Niwad Cabral is my friend. While he was the governor of the central bank, his sister Shiromi Wickramasinghe was part of perpetual treasuries. According to the law, all these people must be brought in. It is the only way this country can be developed. The decisions taken by the previous cabinet are completely illegal and must be null and void. Through the Gamperliya initiative, we plan on granting 300 million per electorate. Even after being in prison, you came like a coward and attacked me with chili powder. Aren't you ashamed? Vasudeva tried to fight with some girls at the court premises. The government that was there in the country for 50 days gave the people of this country their fertilizer for 500 rupees as opposed to the government that was ruling the country for the past 3 years. We ask this government if they are ready to provide the sack of fertilizer for 500 rupees next year. If the cabinet of ministers are not increased to 45 to 50, this government will not continue for another 5 months. The president is of the stance that the cabinet of ministers will not be more than 30.
බැඳුම් කර සිද්ධිය ඒ වගේ සිද්ධි නොවෙන්නට අදටත් මීටත් වඩා හොඳ ආණ්ඩුවක් ගෙනියන්න තිබුණා.
If incidents like the bond scam didn't occur, the government could have performed better even today. There were many good things that happened, but they were overshadowed by the bad incidents. We have to suffer the consequences of this chaotic situation. MP Soiza is a person who dedicated his life to the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. The fact that he left does not make us happy. Also, the group from the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has become smaller. We are very hurt by this. Amaravira is our brother. We ate from the same plate. We still do.
මේ අබිනිෂ්ක්‍රමණය කිරීමක් කරා කියලා අර්ථය ගන්න එපා කියලා කරුණාවෙන් ඉල්ලනවා.
නෑ නෑ අපේ කොයි වෙලාවකත් ඔබතුමන්ලා අපේ තරහකාරයෝ කියලා හිතන්නේ.
No, we will not consider you as our enemies. We have no criticism about you strengthening the United National Party.
ජාතික පක්ෂ ශක්තිමත් කිරීම පිළිබඳව අපි කිසිම විවේචනයක් නෑ.
The expenditure for these 4 months under the appropriation bill is more than 50% of the entire expenditure for the year 2018. No state sector employees have been given an increase in salary. The government has begun to spend on their political agenda, hiding behind this real need. We know that when some ministers were won over, they had agreed on an allocation for their electorate. There is an allocation for the thieving leader and the thieving vice leader. More funds are being distributed among the group of thieves. A vote on account is put forward here, and we are asked to vote in favor of it. We are not ready to raise our hands in favor of this group robbing the treasury.
Because of this political coup, the Millennium Challenge Fund, which was giving us a grant, no capital repayment, no interest repayment of nearly $480 million, has put itself on hold. During this period, JICA, which was giving us a very low interest 40-year loan with 12-year grace period at 0.1% interest. Both the Millennium Challenge Fund and JICA were giving this money to improve the public transport system in this country. We expect now very quickly to move to reinstate these funders so that we could improve the public transport system in the country.
These are the views expressed by Prime Minister Ranil Wickramasinghe on reports surrounding the new cabinet of ministers.
I am sad to note the newspaper reported on who is in and who is not in the cabinet. I will make a statement to Parliament after appointing all the cabinet and non-cabinet ministers, because the cabinet is accountable to Parliament. We are discussing with President on the ones who were not appointed to the cabinet, even though we have different opinions. I was surprised to see some names which I didn't send. I saw MP Vijay Muni Zoiza's name, but I never sent his name. It was Ranil Wickramasinghe who created the background for the political conspiracy. But before that, Maithripala Sirisena was also looking for loopholes in the constitution. And now Ranil Wickramasinghe is searching for loopholes. Leader of the House, get up and give an answer on the name list.
So under what grant of the constitution did the Prime Minister send 35 names?
විවස්ථාවේ මොන ප්‍රතිපාදනයටද අග්‍රාමාත්‍යවරයා නම් 35 කරි. ජාතික පෙරමුණයි මුස්ලිම් කොංග්‍රසය අතර. ජාතික ආණ්ඩුවල සාර්ථක.
Who is trying to define our national government? Our leaders have been taught a lesson over the protection of the constitution and the judiciary of our country. If the Prime Minister is to go against the constitution after 50 days of constitutional debate within the country, what sort of leaders are they? At present, both the President and the Prime Minister have violated the constitution. I believe that we must establish a national government once again. The people are expecting a parliament consisting of a 30-member cabinet. I believe that if MPs of the opposition are willing to extend their support to us, it is okay to absorb them. However, I believe that the public will oppose to a 70 or 80-member jumbo cabinet.
The UPFA was not present in Parliament when the voting took place for the approval of the vote on account. These are the views expressed by UPFA members regarding their stance on the vote on account.
We should oppose it. After all, we are the opposition. We had several objections over the manner in which funds had been allocated. However, the opposition will refrain from causing any divisions in Parliament. We have no idea of opposing the vote on account. We will support the vote on account and all beneficial projects carried out by the government.
The Central Working Committee of the United National Party took a policy decision this evening to form a new party named the Democratic National Front.
The Central Working Committee convened to grant initial approval for the formation of this front. No further discussions were held today because state ministers and deputy ministers are due to be sworn in at 6. We received approval for it. Approval was also granted for the main officers for next year.
I was at a meeting in Parliament. I could not participate in the meeting. According to what I was informed, the officials of the UNP were named and approved again.
Especially since we have to take oaths at 6, we finished the meeting early. We were called to take oaths at 6. Speaking at the parliamentary complex, UNP parliamentarian Chaminda Vijayasiri expressed his displeasure regarding the proposed new political alliance.
The party should be reconstructed. The promise that were made must be fulfilled and the party must be reconstructed. I don't think that anyone can shy away from this. The formation of a broad alliance could be put forward based on the needs of the few parties. But we expect a program for the development of the UNP and the future leadership. We hope to work within the UNP and provide the country with leadership that the people ask for in the next election. We, the backbencher MPs, will work towards reconstructing the party. I am against members of minor parties in this new alliance using the United National Party to get rid of the inferiority complex. They are the ones who are in need of a broad alliance. Our party doesn't need a broad alliance to win the next election. We have created a leadership that the people accept and therefore we need an alliance.
These are the views expressed by Minister Ravi Karunanayaka at the parliamentary complex today.
I am an individual who takes on any challenge. I will take this opportunity to serve the people. There are a few envious individuals within our party, so we must overtake them. No, that is not what I meant. I accept any challenge. I am not an individual who lives by this. However, those responsible for this conspiracy will understand the impact of their actions soon. There are a few envious individuals within our party.
Ravi Karunanika assumed his duties today as the Minister of Power, Energy and Enterprise Development after giving these comments at the parliamentary complex.
Several UPFA parliamentarians convened a media briefing in Colombo today.
එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය ඇතුලේ මේ කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලය පත් කිරීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් දැඩි විරෝධයක් විවේචනයක් තියෙනවා. උන් අතුර දැඩිසේ බෙදීමක් මේ වෙනකොට එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා. එහෙම
Now there is a division from within the UNP regarding the cabinet of ministers which was appointed. Therefore, Ranil Wickremesinghe asked several MPs such as Rishad Badiuddin, Malik Samaravikrama and Tilak Marapana to publicly state that they would not accept any ministerial positions. However, what happened in the end? Ranil Wickremesinghe completely disregarded the MPs who struggled to bring him back to power and appointed a corrupt set into the cabinet yet again. As the joint opposition, we have made complaints regarding several parliamentarians, including the Prime Minister, to the Bribery and Corruption Commission. Now see, does the newly appointed cabinet include any ministers who submitted those complaints to the Bribery Commission? So what is this struggle all about? It is a struggle for power and to cover up all the corruption they have committed. The objective of this struggle was not to benefit the country. Ranil Wickremesinghe has not changed at all. He will not give up his leadership in the United National Party.
රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මැතිතුමා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ නායකත්වයෙන් ඉවත් වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ.
Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
When I was an athlete, my biggest dream was to represent my country at Olympics. My dream became a reality. Present athletes too should have a dream. This Platinum Awards ceremony will help you to dream like that. I am Nimmi de Zoysa.
Mama, Nimmi de Zoysa.
Sports First, Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
We are coming to you live from the Echelon Square in Colombo, where I am stationed, and my co-anchor is currently stationed at our head office premises in Braybrook Place, Colombo. And that's a wrap of primetime news for this evening. For the Newsfirst team, I am Jamal Ratnayaka.
Now we are here until the 23rd of December, so if you are in the vicinity, do try and drop by and be a part of the Christmas festive activities that Newsfirst has lined up just for you. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Rahna Farooq. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant night.